So here we are, everybody. Welcome back, and I greatly appreciate those who always take the time to follow my content and to see what I have going on. And today, I have with me somebody who has an interesting take on finding a job in the esports space, and I think what he's the offering that he's putting forth is I think what a lot of these job search companies and job boards what they aspire to be, and that's to put the personal touch and to put a face on these blank resumes that we all send off to these companies in hopes of getting a job. So with me today I have Paul. He's the CEO of Esports Works, and what he's doing when it comes to his company and helping people find jobs is one of the things in the space that we need. And so we're going to talk about the base concept. We're going to talk about why he's doing it the way he's doing it. We're obviously going to talk about the competition because that is also part of the conversation. But I'm going to let Paul introduce himself a little bit, and then we'll go from there. So go ahead, sir.
Thank you, Bill. Hi, guys. My name's Paul, CEO of Esports Works and CEO of esports organisation called Comrade Gaming. I'm 28 from Liverpool in the UK, and yeah, I'm very, very happy to be speaking to you and get the company out there to people to check out.
Awesome, awesome. So, okay, so sort of explain to me
Hmm.
how you, how this whole thing started. What is Esports Works? Is it a job board? Is it something else? So go ahead and just kind of talk about the the genesis of the idea and what it is is right now for you. Go ahead.
Yeah. So it's it was a company that I personally didn't start. I purchased the company 6 7 months ago from a couple of French guys who had created it, but they were looking to get out of the space. They never really had what I'd say a vision for it. So when the opportunity came up for me to purchase it, I saw it as a big advantage to um, do something unique, do something that had not really been done before. It was just a basic job search site. It was a here is your basic layout of for your resume and for your personal information, and here are the jobs that you could want. Pretty basic with what is already out there. But I saw a bigger picture for it. So something that there's definitely different ideas that haven't really been done in that space. So I just thought that it would be a fun adventure to try and take on and try and succeed in.
Awesome. So the obvious question for people who follow me and people who want a job in esports, how were you different? Because there are job boards out there. You have rect jobs. You have a hit marker jobs. How are you
Yeah.
different? What is it about esports works that is when somebody thinks of you, they instead of just being a place that lists a bunch of jobs and has some resources. What is it about? What is it about what you're doing that is it different?
Yeah, I mean it's a great question. It's one of the first things that I looked at when I took over the company was how could we be different. And when you look at places like Rec Jobs, Hitmarker, what they do very well, um, but they only seem to do one thing, and that is to focus a lot of their resources on getting those high profile job listings, which is fine, and it does a lot for their company, and it makes that website look legitimate that they're getting these. That's great. What's missing is a place for the employee, the candidate, the person that wants to create their profile, that to actually have all of that in the one space. So the idea of Esports Works is to be a hub that is specific for the employee to go on there to um, list all their experience, all the work that they've done, show reels, stuff like that, to set up their profile in a way that they can go and present that to potential jobs and employers, and feel confident in doing that. Because I know there's definitely a lot of people that don't really know how to market themselves properly, who want jobs in esports but don't really know how to go about it. So I think having a place like that, having a tailor-made, bespoke sort of website that you can put all your information on, is definitely something that I think is needed.
Okay, so so if if I was to compare what you're doing to something that's already out there, would you consider yourself like a esports LinkedIn? Would you consider yourself like the design sort of portfolio website of Behance? I mean, so I'm sure that there are some things that are the same there. So sort of talk about what you're doing and how it compares to LinkedIn, Behance,
Yeah.
sites like that too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, we're obviously in a good position where those sites are out there, those sites have been done. So now what we can do is take the things that work really well with those sites and try and bring them together. Now this is obviously still a work in progress. There's a lot of stuff that I've got planned for Esports Works in 2019, which I am going to be implementing soon. So there's going to be widespread changes that I still need to bring out, but um, you know, we take the good aspects from the LinkedIn, the design aspects from like Behance, and if we can bring them together and merge them into something that is unique and that is specifically catered to esports, I think that's something that definitely hasn't been done before, and I think it's something that I think will not only help the consumer, um, the candidate, but will also help the space as a whole. And obviously, end goal would be to have Esports Works as the sort of one stop shop for everyone to come in and to want to upload their resumes and fill out their profiles, and for potential employers to actually come and view the candidates that we have on offer.
Okay. So obviously when you're running a business, you have to generate cash flow. You have to be able to pay the bills, your staff, you have to be there's various costs that go with running a business. So the ver- what are the revenue streams that you see for your idea? Because when you look at it from the outside, LinkedIn is a free site.
Mm-hmm.
There's also free pieces to the to to Behance. So sort of talk about what you see as some as revenue streams. Because here's the
Yeah.
thing: there is zero problem with
Mm-hmm.
you making money. I just want to say that up front. There's no problem with you making money. That I'm not trying to condemn that. What I'm trying to get at is what is your thought process there? What are you seeing as the opportunities there?
Yeah, of course. And as a business, it wouldn't really be run properly if there wasn't some sort of return of investment there.
Right,
Um,
right, exactly.
yeah, but you see, I think personally, like being able to add that personal touch, um, is going to be. We've obviously got to look at it from a standpoint of like our like manpower and time put in. compared to what the user actually gets. So for us, we're going on a bit of a pricing um, change in some pricing models right now, some different pricing tiers. Um, but the idea is that like you will get all of the basic stuff. You'll be able to completely fill out your profile as exactly as you like. If you need any extra help, if you need help setting up your profile properly, if you need extra boost in like showing your resume and your profile off to potential employers. If you're an employer who wants to boost, the knowledge of a job for employees, we can do that for you for a small price.
Of course.
Um, but yeah, it's we obviously we focus a lot on what we can do for the user and what the user um will need. So a lot of there will not be a single part of our site that is like locked behind any sort of paywall. Everything is completely accessible. If you need that extra help, if you need that help in in making your profile look professional, then that's where we're looking at sort of getting some sort of return of interest in.
Okay, and that's so. Listening to you talk about that, it sounds
Mhm.
a lot like what LinkedIn is. That it's a business networking site. You can add content all the time. You can interact. Where LinkedIn makes its money is off of ads for companies and and certain products, and then they also have an extensive network of recruiters who pay for
Mm.
the premium plan, which I believe is like $600 or $700 per year, something like that. So,
Yeah.
so, so it really sounds like that you're taking some LinkedIn thoughts there, and so I guess what is it about LinkedIn that doesn't work when it comes to the esports space? Because LinkedIn is there. LinkedIn is set in stone. It's not going anywhere, and it
Yeah.
has hundreds of thousands of people on it. And it was recently purchased by Microsoft, and they're they're adding in interesting elements when it to some comes to doing things better when it comes as far as professional development and
Mm.
educational opportunities as well. So why doesn't LinkedIn work for the space?
Well, it's not that LinkedIn might work for the space. It's the fact that LinkedIn is trying to be a global networking, right? So they have to accommodate for everyone in every sort of uh, business and career, and which is fine. What we're in a unique position is that we are specific to esports, so we can cater our entire structure as a company and what we can actually, the things that we can provide for the people specific for esports. The ability to add in your like any montages you have, any like stream clips for any streamers, stuff like that. Being able to list past achievements, past land results,
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. I think the fact that we are specifically targeting esports and we are specific within that space. I think, although on one level um, that does stop us from expanding slightly, I think it also gives us a unique opportunity to cater ourselves specifically to that, and you know um, be able to give people specifics within the esports space that LinkedIn won't and wouldn't be able to do because of how they're trying to market themselves as a global recruitment and networking company.
Okay. All right. Okay. So so going forward now, obviously, So just a quick recap. Now so about 6 7 months ago you purchased Esports Works, the company from a couple guys in France.
Hmm.
You're getting it reworked. You're focusing on the esports space with a site specifically designed for what esports needs when it comes to maybe focusing on orgs themselves if they're needing to find players, or they're trying to find content creators, or they're trying to find people to be in be trying to find people to be on the management side. So going
Yeah.
forward now, what are
Hmm.
your I guess 3 to 6 to 12 month plans? What are those plans in place as far as getting the brand out there, making sure that you have a site that people can visit, helping people understand your concept and your idea. So sort of talk about those plans if you're going to go to any events locally, if you're going to do anything online like that. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm a firm believer in if you build it, they will come, and I think that if we can have like a really good base site, a very intuitive, very user friendly site, that will go a long way in sort of getting us the reach and the amount of users that we want to access the website. Obviously, there's extra things. We're going to be hitting up local uh, LAN events. We're going to be trying to get ourselves. Um, there's a game convention called EGX Eurogamer Expo, which happens every year in London. We're going to try and get ourselves there this year. Purchase ourselves a booth. Go and get our name out there, stuff like that. A lot of online things too. We have things lined up where we're going to be sponsoring some online tournaments in various games, stuff like that. Um, I'm in the unique position of running an organization as well as this, so we have a lot of contacts from that, and yeah, just try and for honestly, for the next 6 to 12 months, it's mainly going to be getting a site that I am going to be happy to actually market to people, and actually, you know, um, a site that I can be happy to put my own profile on there
Right,
myself.
right.
And then the marketing will come afterwards. But yeah, we definitely have some things in motion. We've got some things planned. I'm very, very excited for what's going to happen within the next year. So yeah, hopefully we can do another meeting in a year's time, another interview in a meeting's time, in a year's time, talking about the success of esports works. I'd like
Yes.
that.
Yes, that would be awesome. I think your idea definitely has some legs. It in the in the online world, it's very hard to stand out. It's very hard to make a personal connection, and it's very hard to tell people who you are when
Mm,
when all that you're looking at on a screen is maybe a couple of images, maybe
yeah.
a headshot and some words on a page. So I think your thought process of creating an interactive, in-depth resume, or well, I don't even. I'm not even sure that's the right word. It's more of a personal database of your
Yeah.
experiences
Mm,
across a lot of things, because you can bring experience, you can bring non-esports experience into esports. It translates, whether you're talking
100%.
leadership, yeah, you're talking leadership or writing, or if you can or if you have skills in finance and accounting, those skills translate. That works. It, it,
Mm,
it just because it's esports, it doesn't change the fact that it's still business, and you still need to handle certain parts of the business. So I think what you're doing here, when you're creating a um, personal database, a personal portfolio. I guess you call it a portfolio of your life experiences. How's that one sound? A portfolio of your life experience that then you can choose from to send to certain organizations seeking positions, and then if they want more information about you, they can always go to the site, right? Right? Oh, did I lose you? Ah,
Yeah, sorry, I was. Yeah, I lost you then for a minute, Bill.
okay.
Sorry.
But the whole idea of having like a personal database of your of, database of your life experiences is a really interesting concept, and I really think that you have some legs here, and I'm excited for what you're doing. So,
Thank you.
no problem. So as we shut this down, is there anything that you want to promote on the way out? I see that you're the founder of your own esports org, and you also partner with a game store online too, right?
Yes. Yeah. I have a lot of things going on. I can't stay still. Yeah, I can't do it. Yeah, Conrad Gaming. It's Esports Org. I've been running that for the past 5 years. That was something I built from the ground up.
Mm-hmm.
Started as a gaming clan and turned into something bigger. You can find us out on Twitter. Got our own website. And yeah, closing words for Esports Works
Mm-hmm.
is that I know, I've been in this space for a while, and I know that that esports can be the Wild West, and I know that sometimes employers don't know who they're really employing, and employees don't really know what sort of company that they're going into. So I think that if we can help towards that, if we can bring some clarity to the type of companies that are out there, the ones that are professional compared to the ones that are out just to make a quick buck, and help employers be able to show be able to show exactly what they are about to potential, employers, for the career move. I think that is all I really want. I just want to try and make esports the best that it can be. So
Awesome. So Paul, thank you very much for making time to talk with me all the way over.
thank you, Bill.
Yes, you're welcome. All the way over. So I'm on the west coast of the USA, and Paul's over on the other side of the world in the UK, and that this is the power of the internet, that we get to have we get to have this conversation in real
Yes.
time and talk to each other. So Paul, thank you
Yeah.
very much. Everybody, head over to the GameHouse.com. Check out the great articles. Check out the Game House YouTube channel. You can subscribe to the channel, and if you like what you hear, like what you see, there, also subscribe to that. Thank you very much, Paul. Everybody, thank you
Thank you
very
very much, Bill.
much. No problem. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I will see you very, very soon.
If you liked that, hit the subscribe button for more interviews and other great sports and esports content. Make sure to also like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter to stay up to date on all the news from your favorite sports and esports players and teams. From our house to yours.